Hey, it's your
Yo,
boy.
boy.
In the spirit of March Madness, we're gonna be going over every single Kanye West song.
Bracket style, baby.
No foreplay here, let's just jump right into it. We have Last Call versus Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is easily one of the weaker songs on Graduation, so I have to go with Last Call. Spaceship versus Love Lockdown. Personally, I have to go with Spaceship. Famous versus Mercy. I like Mercy, but gotta go Famous. I'm In It versus Black Skinhead. This one's a no-brainer. Black Skinhead. Kids See Ghosts versus Good Life. I really like Kids See Ghosts. But I have to go with Good Life. Next, we got two college dropout songs, The New Workout Plan and Two Words. I love both these songs, but personally, I'm gonna go with Two Words. No Church in the Wild versus Drive Slow. I have to go with No Church in the Wild. No Mistakes versus Runaway. I mean, is there really a debate here? Everything We Need versus Fire. Gotta go with Fire. I Thought About Killing You versus Good Morning. It's easily Good Morning. Bound 2 versus I Love It. Bound 2. Freestyle 4 versus No More Parties in LA. Gotta go with the Parties. Say You Will versus Real Friends. This one might be a controversial choice, but I'm actually gonna go with Real Friends. Next, we got Flashing Lights and Bring Me Down. You guys would riot if I didn't choose Flashing Lights. Also, it is the better song. Hey Mama versus All of the Lights. I absolutely adore All of the Lights, but Hey Mama is my favorite late registration song, so gotta go Hey Mama. Big Brother versus Murder to Excellence. Gotta go with Big Bro. Next, we got Low Lights versus Drunk and Hot Girls. Kanye's worst song. I don't know how the song got cleared because it's so bad. I have to go with Low Lights here. Next one's a really tough choice. We Don't Care versus Touch the Sky. This one's tough, but I gotta go with We Don't Care. Blame Game versus Primetime. Blame Game. That Aphex Twin sample is boss. Sella versus So Appalled. Gotta go with So Appalled. Even though Sella is one of the better tracks on Jesus Kisses Kings. Through the Wire versus The Glory. I absolutely love the sampling on The Glory, but Through the Wire is just a classic. I like crack music, but Father Stretch My Hands has one of the best beat drops in music history.
Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Beautiful.
Next, we got Easy, what's good? It's your boy versus Otis. Otis is my favorite song off of Watch the Throne, and it is also my favorite cartoon character, so gotta go Otis. Fade versus Robocop. This one's tough. I like both songs pretty equally, but I guess I gotta go Fade here. Lift Yourself versus Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love Coldest Winter, but I have to go with Diamonds here. That Jay-Z verse is iconic. New Slaves versus Waves. Oh my god, this is torture. Torture! Waves, New Slaves, Waves, New Slaves. I'm gonna go with the New Slaves because of that beautiful, blissful outro. Gone versus Breathe In, Breathe Out. Gone. Heartless versus All Mine. Gotta go with Heartless. Violent Crimes versus Never Let Me Down. I'm gonna go with Violent Crimes. Don't Like versus Feel Free. Guilt Trip versus Stronger. This one's pretty easy. Stronger is going to advance. Also, rest in peace, Daft Punk. Devil in a New Dress versus Pinocchio Story. There's only one objectively correct answer here. If you don't choose Devil in a New Dress over Pinocchio Story, you're actually a bad person. School Spirit versus FML. I like both songs pretty equally, but I'm gonna go with School Spirit. I just adore the flows on Get 'Em High, but Family Business is just a really beautiful song. I Wonder versus Wouldn't Leave. Gonna go with I Wonder. All Falls Down versus That's My B Word. Gotta go with All Falls Down here. Feel the Love versus Follow God. Feel the Love is just on a whole different level, even though half the song is Kanye going like Roses versus Part 2, one of Kanye's most personal songs about his grandmother. We Major versus Bad News. I like Bad News, but gotta go with We Major. Hold My Liquor versus All Day. This one's also pretty easy. Hold My Liquor.
Chris, come down here. I need to talk to you.
Late versus Power. Power is a perfect song in my opinion. Amazing versus 30 Hours. Gonna go with Amazing here. 30 Hours is one of the weaker tracks on Life of Pablo. Lost in the World versus Gold Digger. This was tough because Gold Digger really grew on me over the past year, but Lost in the World is just a epic experience. Highlights versus St. Pablo. I like Highlights, but gonna go with St. Pablo. Streetlights versus On Site. Sight. Oh my god, this one's tough. On one hand, Streetlights is my favorite song on 808s, but On Sight is just like this beautiful demented song. I have to go with On Sight. Reborn versus Click. This is hands down the Reborn. Send It Up versus Homecoming. Gotta go with Homecoming, although Send It Up is a good song. Lil Jimmy skit versus Illest M-Word Alive. It's just a skit, so gotta go with the M-Word song. Use This Gospel versus Can't Tell Me Nothing. I have to go with Can't Tell Me Nothing. And next we got
Dudes in Paris
versus Heard Him Say. I'm gonna have to go with Heard Him Say. Champion versus Blood on the Leaves. Gotta go with BOTL. I Love Kanye versus Fourth Dimension.
She said I'm in the wrong hole, I said I'm lost.
Paranoid versus New God Flow. Paranoid. Jesus Walks versus I Am a God. The fact that these two songs are here going head to head is pretty funny, but obviously I have to choose Jesus Walks. Oh, this is tough because Celebration is hilarious, but Ghost Town is on a whole different level. My Way Home versus Cuddy Montage. Gotta go with Cuddy Montage. Next we have Yikes versus Slow Jams. Gonna go with Yikes. Next we got Facts versus Christmas in Harlem. I'm gonna go with Christmas in Harlem. Ultralight Beam versus Feedback. I actually like Feedback, but it's Ultralight Beam we're talking about here. So yeah. Dark Fantasy versus Addiction. This one's super easy. Dark Fantasy. Wolves is a huge TikTok smash hit, so gotta go with Wolves. And I think it is the slightly better song. Welcome to Heartbreak versus Hell of a Life. I'm gonna go with Welcome to Heartbreak. And then finally in this first round we got See You in My Nightmares versus Monster. I have to go with Monster here. Alright, round 2 we got Last Call versus Spaceship. Gotta go with Spaceship here. Famous versus Black Skinhead. This one's tough because I love Famous. I love that Taylor Swift line, but Black Skinhead has those iconic drums, so yeah, Black Skinhead. Good Life versus Two Words. Personally, I have to go with Two Words. No Church in the Wild versus Runaway. Yeah. Fire versus Good Morning. Gotta go with Good Morning. Bound 2 versus No More Parties in LA. While I do love parties, I love Bound 2 even more. Real Friends versus Flashing Lights. I have to go with Flashing Lights here. This next one really hurts. I'm gonna choose Hey Mama by Just a Hair. Low Lights versus We Don't Care. This one's pretty easy. Blame Game versus So Appalled. I'm gonna go with So Appalled. And then we got Through the Wire versus Father Stretch My Hands. That beat switch is iconic, but what's even more iconic is Through the Wire. Otis versus Fade. Gotta go with your boy Otis here.
If I fuck this
Moo?
Gorgeous versus Diamonds remix. Now this one is a hard choice. I'm actually gonna go with Gorgeous here. Then we got New Slaves versus Gone. Pretty easy choice here. New Slaves. Heartless versus Violent Crimes. Gonna go with Heartless. Feel Free versus Stronger. I love free. I love being free, but I love being stronger. Devil in a New Dress versus School Spirit. Yeah. Family Business versus I Wonder. I have to go with Family Business here. All Falls Down versus Feel the Love. On a purely personal enjoyment scale, both these songs are about equal, but in terms of lyrics, I think this is easily better than this. Roses versus We Major. I'm gonna have to go with Roses. I love Hold My Liquor, but I have to go with Power. Amazing versus Lost in the World. I have to go with I'm lost in the St. Pablo versus On Site. I really don't want to abandon my baby On Site just yet, but St. Pablo is amazing. Reborn versus Homecoming. Gonna go with Reborn, although Homecoming is an amazing song. Illest M-Word Alive versus Can't Tell Me Nothing. This one's pretty easy. Heard Him Say versus Blood on the Leaves. Gonna go with Blood on the Leaves. Fourth Dimension versus Paranoid.
It feels so good it should cost. Call the alligator, I ain't talking Lacoste.
This next one's gonna be super controversial, but I'm gonna go with Ghost Town. I know Jesus Walks is a classic, but Ghost Town, I've listened to it over 100 times. I still love every second of it. Cuddy Montage versus Yikes. Gonna go with Yikes. Christmas in Harlem versus Ultralight Beam. Ultralight Beam. Dark Fantasy versus Wolves. Dark Fantasy. Both amazing songs, but I'm gonna go with Welcome to Heartbreak. Moving on from there, Spaceship versus Black Skinhead. Black Skinhead. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Two Words versus Runaway. Easy peasy. Oh, Good Morning versus Bound 2. Bound 2. Flashing Lights versus Hey Mama. Sorry, Flashing Lights, but Hey Mama is the better song. We Don't Care versus So Appalled. We Don't Care. Through the Wire versus Otis. Through the Wire. Gorgeous versus New Slaves. Gotta go with New Slaves here. Heartless versus Stronger. I have to go with Stronger. Family Business versus Devil in a New Dress. All Falls Down versus Roses. I have to go with All Falls Down. Power versus Lost in the World. Again, Power is literally a perfect song. While I do love Saint Pablo to death, Reborn just had a more personal impact on me. Can't Tell Me Nothing versus Blood on the Leaves. This one, oof. Yeah. Fourth Dimension versus Ghost Town. Ghost Town. Yikes versus Ultralight Beam. This one's also pretty tough, but I went with Ultralight Beam. Finally, we're here. Dark Fantasy versus Welcome to Heartbreak. Gotta go with Dark Fantasy. Black Skinhead versus Runaway. I had to go with Runaway. Hey Mama. We Don't Care versus Through the Wire. My two personal favorite tracks on College Dropout. I gotta go with We Don't Care. New Slaves versus Stronger. Sorry Daft Punk, but this is where I have to leave you. Devil in a New Dress versus All Falls Down. I'm sorry All Falls Down, but yeah, it's time for you to say goodbye. Power versus Reborn. This one's tough, but also pretty easy. Power. Blood on the Leaves versus Ghost Town. Oof, man. Ghost Town. Two excellent intro tracks. If we're being truly 100% honest, no cap, it's gotta be Dark Fantasy. Alright, now we're at the quarterfinals. We got Runaway against Hey Mama. But yeah, I had to go with Runaway here. We Don't Care versus New Slaves.
I love New Slaves, but I had to go with We Don't Care.
Finally, a worthy opponent for Devil in a New Dress. Here we got two alpha male tracks. Listen, listen, listen. They're both perfect, alright? They're both amazing, but I had to go with Devil in a New Dress. And then finally, on the bottom right hand side, we got Dark Fantasy versus Ghost Town, and I went with Dark Fantasy. Top 4 semi-finals. On the left side, I had to go with Runaway, and on the right side, I went with Devil in a New Dress. And final 2, here we got two perfect songs, two magnum opuses. I know it's the cliche answer at this point, but I had to go with ya boy Runaway. Alright, that's it. That's the tier. I almost said tier list. That's the March Madness bracket. Please like, smash that bell, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Love you. Peace out.